Welcome to the Tom Greene NFL Playoff Wildcard Special. As you see, I've brought three special analysts onto this show where they've dissected every single play of all 256 games in the NFL this season. They are my cousins, Alex, Joe, and Adam
Hi.
Kitchen. Give a round of applause. Welcome to the Tom Greene Show.
Thank you. It's my great pleasure to be here.
Joey?
Mine too.
Adam?
It feels great to be on television.
I must say, as an ex-NFL coach, star, water boy, and cheerleader, and finally analyst. I'm not an ex-analyst now, I am an analyst now. Nothing has given me greater closure to my career choice than your invitation to be on this program.
Well, that's a very fine honor. Thanks, Alex. Joey?
Well, the NFL has just always been what I have watched the most, and I really enjoy being an analyst for the NFL.
Good. Adam?
What he said.
Oh, wow, short, sweet, and to the point. First of all, before we dissect these playoff matchups, let's talk about Black Monday. Now, for all those who don't know at home, Black Monday is the day after Week 17 of the NFL season, where notoriously a lot of coaches get fired. Let's first of all, let's start with Rob Chudzinski in Cleveland. After one season, they let him go. Give me your thoughts.
Good. Man doesn't know how to coach to save his life. Let me tell you. They did that to me in '92. They said I didn't know how to coach. I didn't. I was a better player. That's when I started playing.
That must have been when Bill Belichick took over as coach of the Cleveland Browns.
Well,
Joey?
On the contrary, I think that they should have given him another chance. I mean, is that what you said, one season?
Yes.
I mean, one season. They can't tell if he's a good coach after one season.
oh,
Exactly.
contraire.
Adam,
Would you like to say something?
I forgot.
Anyway, I gotta agree with Joey on that one. Rob Chudzinski fired after 1 year? Give the man a chance. This is like the Raiders when they let go of Hugh Jackson after an eight year.
He had his
What?
chance. He had his chance, Tom, and he blew it. Blew it with a capital BLEWIT.
I cannot believe what
You're
I
speaking for the management in
I
Cleveland.
can't
Anyway, next coach fired Leslie Frazier of the Vikings after a dismal season after a playoff appearance last year. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, his whole image was wrong to begin with. I mean, you call yourself a Viking, and your name is Leslie. There's something wrong there. Gotta go. It's one thing. Coaching skills are one thing, but you gotta look the look too. Goodbye. That's what I say.
Joey?
Why don't you yell at his parents for that then? Why are you blaming him for the name
I
Leslie?
don't know.
His parents could be
Another
dead for all
thing,
you know.
he does not look like the type to be coaching.
You can be quiet.
It was very surprising, although the Vikings didn't have a lot of talent with Christian Ponder as their quarterback. The only real good talent about Christian Ponder is he's married to ESPN analyst Sam Ponder, who is hot. But anyway, besides that, there wasn't much besides Adrian Peterson and up-and-coming Cordarrelle Patterson, who will be good in the next few years. But possibly a new coach will lead them to greener pastures.
I've already submitted my application.
Good for you, Alex. Next coach fired. The Bucks fired Greg Schiano after a 4-12 season, which he had started the season 0-8.
Well, you know, I've never been a fan of the Bucks. Fire them all, I say. Take them out of the NFL, we'd be better off.
You'd sound
Coaches and
Take
players.
you out of the NFL and we'll be better off.
They did, and then I went back, and we started winning.
You know, Alex sounds a little bit like Warren Sapp in Hall of Famer that played for the Bucks. After the Bucks lost to go to 0-7, I think, he said, "Fire everybody and start all over." And that's kind of what the Bucks are doing, and good for them, because even though Schiano kind of looks like me, you know, Schiano was a bit of a dictator as a head coach, and they were speaking out against him. So if they don't like him, I guess I have to agree with the decision to get rid of him. Next head coach, let's go to Detroit, where the Lions fired Jim Schwartz.
He should have been fired.
I agree.
Well,
Yes.
you know, the Lions lose even when they win. I don't think it would have made any difference. Do you remember a couple of years ago they started winning games, but they got nailed on a technicality and victory went to, I don't remember who they played that year for that particular game, but the Lions, Detroit's a lovely town. I think we should adopt a whole new mascot, get rid of the team and the coaches. Of course, that doesn't look to be in the plan, so who they have coaching them now, as long as they have the players they have, is not going to make much of a difference.
They have a lot of talent in Detroit. Do you realize that? You've got Matt Stafford, who did regress after... He did regress in the second half, but still, number one draft pick.
Who's to say he won't do it again?
Calvin Johnson,
Again.
Megatron, who's been there 6 years, probably one of the best NFL wide receiver. You've got some of the best running backs in the game, Reggie Bush and Joik Bell. You've got the defense of Sue, Fairley, Ziggy Ansah, Louis Delmas, Chris Houston. You've got a lot of talent. They just need the
That's
coaching.
what I'm saying.
Undeveloped talent, which will go
Undeveloped talent. That's the most developed talent that I have seen in a long time. And the reason that the Lions keep losing is because they have crappy coaches.
It's because
Yes.
they have no motivation. They're afraid
No
of
effort.
success.
No effort.
They're
maybe.
afraid of success.
What are you,
No
a
coach gonna
psychiatrist?
make them a bit. I'm an analyst. This is my trade. Hush. Ain't no coach gonna make them into a winning team if they don't want it, Tommy.
That, he is speaking the truth, but you never know. The coach, a new coach could mean a lot of new headlines. You never know. Anyway, the last coach that was fired, Gary Kubiak, 2 weeks before the end of the NFL season for the Texans. Texans started 2-0, did not win a game after that. They've now hired Penn State coach Bill O'Brien as the head coach of the Texans. What do we think about that?
Now that's just cruel to fire somebody 2 weeks before the season starts. I mean, really.
Season ends.
Oh, that's right. And that's just cruel. Fire him at the beginning and get somebody new. Or let him at least finish the season. Then give him the axe.
Or at least fire him 2 weeks before the season starts.
He
And get someone new. And then...
wasn't that bad. Really. I mean,
He was a
by
decent
comparison.
NFL head coach. After they went like 2-6, everything just went down the tubes. They don't know how to be a spoiler team instead of a great team, which they should have been. But anyway, that is our Black Monday segment of this show.
There's another segment.
Yes, there is another segment. We're going to have our wild card NFL picks in segment
fun.
2 coming up next.